everybody, it's Christine with Coco Daisy, and I'm going to share with you a few projects, kind of diving into planners and journaling and all of the fun goodies that come along with those items that we have for the Where the Sea Dreams collection, which is absolutely beautiful collection. I always love the beach, sea, ocean, travel themes. They're always my favorites. And I never feel like you have to travel to enjoy them. I feel like you can just enjoy the pretty pictures and the beautiful artwork. And like I said, even if you don't travel, they're just so much fun to just enjoy the beauty of them, especially the fish and the seashells. I love this color palette. It's more on the neutral side, but with these beautiful blues and greens mixed in. I think you'll really enjoy this. So the first thing I'm going to show you is what I did with the planner kit. As I go through these projects, what I do is I give you an example of what I did. Just some fun ideas on how you can use of course, use the Coco Daisy product, but also ways that you can just use whatever you have on hand. If you have past items from past collections, use up your stash. If you use other things other than Coco Daisy, but it's just kind of a fun way to get a look at some neat projects and be creative and get some inspiration. So I used the inserts. This is an A5 insert. I'm using my Vanderspec custom planner. And these are the A5 inserts with the 6-hole punch. And this small example that I have here is using the daily pages. They are meant to be used as a 2-page spread. I like to add the dates at the top. This stamp set here is from Everyday Explorers. Just FYI, I get asked that question a lot. The stamp that I use for the headers on here is one of ours. And you can see this one's very well loved. I've used it a lot. We've reordered these a number of times. I believe we're out of stock at the moment, but I am ordering more. So we'll have those in the store soon. I've got the beautiful neutral roll of washi tape in here. It kind of has maps, and I think somewhere on here there's a compass. It just looks very vintage. I love that. And then it has the little watercolor bits on here as well. I've got my great anchor pen. I love anchors. It's one of my favorite images, especially with the summer themes. I always love to incorporate some anchors, and that one turned out really cute. So we have a Coco Daisy pen, and it has kind of the iridescent crystals inside. And I wanted to do something fun and a little different for the sticky notepad. So if you've done any sort of boating, you know a lot of times your keys are put on a little, almost like a little miniature buoy, so that if you lose them overboard, they float. And this shape reminds me of that. And so we added the little bead chain on there just for fun. You could attach it that way in your, if you have rings or on your pouch. I just thought it was really cute and just a fun little extra way to use those. Now, you do not, let me give you a little trick here. You don't have to undo this every time you want to use one. What you can do is just take a pair of scissors and snip that and then just pull it off that way. So I just thought that was just something fun and really cute to do. I've got my tab there. I added a couple of stickers. There's this great sheet of the clear pet stickers. I added the cute little fishy there. And then I used my date sticker on here, and then the little takeout. I thought that was fun. You get a great alpha as well. And then I did something a little bit different for my pocket page. So normally I'll use some of the pattern paper I don't yet know what I want to do with the pattern paper, so I'm kind of saving those. Love that compass one. But so what I wanted to do also is just show you the dashboards. So I actually so the dashboards come in A5 and personal size. I took the A5 one of this one. There's just this pretty map. I cut it down a little bit because I wanted to layer it on my page. I always like to add layers and stuff like that in my planner. And I attached the larger adhesive pocket to that. So you get a smaller one and a larger one. And I think what I may do is cover this with some pattern paper or another one of the dashboards and put the small pocket on the other side. So I may do that. I just haven't decided yet. So I have my cute little fish on there. You can tuck some stickers in there. I've got the little calendar card in there. And just as a side note, these make great bookmarks, or they work really, really well as what we would call like a washi card. So if you want to tuck this in the pocket and have some washi tape handy, you can just wrap some of the washi tape around the card and tuck it in there, and you've got that handy without trying to deal with the bulky roll. And then we have the fun little pen and stamp test. You can do your inks, your pen inks, you can do your stamping inks, you can test those, and then you can do your color match on there, which is nice. And then it has a nice little saying. And then we have the fun little magnetic clip. So I just have that holding that right there. And then I added another tab and the little label. So these labels will fit on the die cut tabs that come in the die cuts. And so you can put that on there. So I think that turned out really, really cute. And I've got my setup kind of started and ready to go for my planner. I also wanted to show you the other thing that I'm going to be using, of course, is this gorgeous pouch. Isn't that beautiful? This is going in my beach bag. I love this. What I love is because it's plastic, which is the time of year we opted for that so that you don't have to, it's basically waterproof because it's plastic. I wouldn't submerge it, obviously. But if it gets splashed by the pool or if it gets some sand or, a little bit of water on it, it's not going to hurt anything inside. So it's a nice little thing to throw in your beach bag or take your small journal or notebook and throw it in there and it will be protected as well. So that's a look at what I have started to do with the planner kit. Now, if you love to journal, then the journaling kit is the perfect fit, I believe. You get, and if also, let me expand on that a little bit. So also, if you want to create without a lot of bulk, if you like minimal bulk, you don't like to use die cuts, things like that add, if you're using a bound planner, for instance, and it has like a Hobonichi or a Midori, and it has the thinner pages, then you really want to keep that bulk down as much as possible. And that's why we created the journaling kit. It was something that we kept getting requests for. And it will have washi tape in it. It will have 2 sheets of rub-ons, which you get almost no bulk whatsoever. And then you get a set of stickers. And these are all vellum. So again, giving you that limited amount of bulk in your planner or journal, whatever you want to use it in. And what I did, and I love to do this, so you also get a journaling prompt card. It's a 4x6 card. I can't show it to you because I've used it. On one side, it will have beautiful artwork, sometimes a quote. And then the other side, we give you 10 journaling prompts. So if you do like to make lists, if you like to journal, sometimes you get stuck. What do I want to journal about this month? The prompts are a great jumping off point. And that's actually how I created this layout. The inspiration for this is the first journaling prompt. And it says, if you could send a message in a bottle, what would it say? And I had this great picture of my husband. And I thought, if I were to write him a message in a bottle, it would probably be more of the form of a love letter. And I thought it would be really, really neat to create a layout with that. And that is what I did. So I used some of the rub-ons. I used some of Love. This is my absolute favorite font when we do it. The letter stickers. And then I used I used a little piece of one of the washi strips on here. I used the actual card, and I just tore the bottom because I wanted to have a little of that room left underneath. So I tore that off, and I just added a few pieces of the washi tape on there. This is one of the vellum stickers. So the 2U that I printed out my journaling on clear sticker paper, makes it super easy. I used my little date stamp and added that on there. And then I also, the one thing that's not part of the kit that I added on here is one of the stamps, the Safety Harbor. I thought, he is kind of like my safe harbor. So I thought that was kind of neat to throw that stamp in there. This is an a la carte stamp set that you can purchase in the store. Actually, you can purchase it right now. I think it's called the Nautical Labels. These are so, so fun. And because all of our stamps, and I should mention this, all of our stamps are made in the US, and they're the photopolymer. They're beautiful, beautiful stamps. Super, super crisp image, as you can see here. Lots of great detail. And the other thing, I was talking with my shop manager, and she made comment about how she has noticed more and more companies that sell stamps, when you get them, they come in just plain plastic sleeve. All of our stamps come in this great storage. So they already come in a plastic sleeve like this that is perfect for storage. So you get the little storage with it as well. So I think that was great of her to remind me of that, to remind you guys of that. When you get the stamps, we're actually giving you the little storage case with it. So, but that is a look at what you can do with the journaling kit. I feel like it's super, super versatile. Whether you use our notebooks, this is actually a standard size notebook, which is standard, which is like the traveler's notebook size. But these items work great in anything with that thinner paper as well, like a Midori or a Hobonichi. So lots of fun. You can make lots of lists and do lots and lots of journaling. Use that prompt sheet. I think that's a fun, fun thing to do. Now, our Deluxe Journaling Kit is a hybrid of the planner kit and the journaling kit. So if you like either of those, but you want a little bit more, then you're going to love the Deluxe Journaling Kit. It gives you everything you need to do. I would say it really kind of covers all the bases. If you like to plan, if you like to journal, if you like to scrapbook, you can do any of those things with this particular kit. And the example that I'm showing you today, and I've been having fun doing these. I've done them the last couple months, and I'm enjoying this. I'm using the classic vertical inserts, which are beautiful to begin with. I loved the artwork on here. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to show you how you can take a vertical planning system. So this is what it looks like before, right? Sometimes, especially in a larger format like this, it can be a little bit intimidating. Now, whether you use our inserts or you use a Happy Planner, or even if you have just an A5 and I would even think you could do it with a B6. And that they're plain, you can totally structure it this way and do the same thing. You can create these sections. The nice thing about these inserts is they have those sections already done for you. But use this as inspiration. Apply it to whatever you want, whether, like I said, whether you use our inserts or not. What's fun is you can take these products or similar products and create the same idea where you can break down your week into sections like this and have it kind of work for you. And I enjoy doing this. So the Deluxe Journaling Kit has everything that the journaling kit has. So it has those great rub-ons. It has the great little journal prompt card. And then it has all of the stickers as well. So I was able to date this. I was able to use the pretty rub-ons. There's the great alpha stickers on here as well. You can use the washi strips, and then some lovely washi tape. So there are also a few things in this particular kit that are can only be found in the Deluxe Journaling Kit, and that is items like the washi tape, the stamp set. We always like to do a little stamp set. There's I love this gold foil. I want to add this somehow. I haven't decided yet whether I want to tuck it behind a photograph, whether I want to use it as a divider. I may end up putting that in my A5 rings because it's so pretty, and y'all know I love anchors. And then there's always a specialty paper or a textured piece. And how cool is that netting? So I think this I'm going to use on like a layout in my scrapbook. I love that. Like under a picture of the beach or something. Wouldn't that be fun? So I'm going to do that with that, I think. You get the great pattern paper from the planner kit. You get the pet stickers from the planner kit. And then you also get 2 sheets of just kind of a nice neutral pattern paper. And these are exclusive to the Deluxe Journaling Kit. Going forward, I will let you know, I'm hoping to make these 2 sheets thinner than the planner paper, so that you have the option with these of easily adding them collage-like to your journal pages if you want. They'll tear easier, they'll be thinner, just as, again, another option, another layering option. So that's what we are hoping to do. So what did I do here? What I did here is I did 1/3 and 2/3. So 2/3 at the top is all about planning and, you know, what you have scheduled for the day. The bottom third is all about a daily journal. So just writing whatever happened that day. It doesn't have to be beautiful. It doesn't have to be super meaningful. It can just be whatever happened that day. I've done it before where I've done the gratitude, which is a really nice thing to do as well. If you do any sort of faith-based journaling, you could do scripture. You could do your meal plan along 1/3 on the bottom. So there's a lot of different ways that you can do that. And just to break up all those vertical lines, I always love to add pictures. So I added a couple pictures on here. There's a little bit of artwork tucked in around those. I did the great little banner stamp that comes with this. So you get the banner and then you can add a word in there. So it makes a great little header. So I have daily journal on there. And then again, to break up all of that vertical lines, I used one of the Post-it notes and put that at an angle and added the Wednesday, and I believe that was one of the rub-ons. That was one of the rub-ons on top of there, and then added my journal on that. And so it just breaks that up, and I love, again, adds more texture, adds another layer. Love to do that. Added the word journal here. I put some rub-on over the washi tape on here. Just to note, if you do try to use rub-ons over top of washi tape has kind of this I don't want to say waxy, but it does have its own special kind of surface. And you're going to have to rub a little harder with a rub-on to get it to stick on top of the washi, but it will do it. It will work. You're probably going to have, I wouldn't use you could do the pet, but it's going to show through. That's why I like the rub-ons, is that they have the white backing, so they won't show through. And then I just added a few of the other vellum stickers on there. I raised these up with a little bit of foam adhesive. You obviously don't have to do that, or even add photographs if you don't want any of the bulk, but I like to do that. It just adds more personality, and I love to look at pictures. I have them everywhere, so it's always nice to add them to any of my layouts. But that's a look at what I did using the Deluxe Journaling Kit, and a few fun ideas on how you can incorporate that into your planning and how you can break your planning up if you're doing this kind of layout. Hey, make sure you hit like, subscribe, leave me a note. I love when you leave me a comment and you give me your thoughts and ideas on how you're using the product or what you're enjoying. I love that very much. So, and it also helps with the whole YouTube algorithm and get the word out there about Cocoa Daisy.